Hi, this is Kerry Artak with Wicked Stocks, bringing you your daily Tesla report for Tuesday, June 27th, 2023. Before I click through all the charts, I just want to ask you to please click like, please click. Well, what else is there to click? You can click subscribe. You can also share the content with friends and colleagues. And also, please check out wickedstocks.com, where we offer a full suite of both daily and weekly analytical videos just like this. Daily SPY, daily triple Q analysis, weekly analysis in the S&P 500, NASDAQ 100, and the long bond ETF, the TLT, as well as 2 individual stock picks a week that you never see on YouTube that cater to the 3 to 5 week swing trader out to the 3 to 5 month longer term position trader. I call them the near term investor. We're always looking for 20% moves on our underlying stocks. And, just Monday, we put out a potential kind of a buy signal that's in the process of perhaps in Abbott Laboratories, but not so fast. So we do need to see us settle above a key level that we are testing at this very moment. So I'd have you check that out. We offer a 5-day trial, as you may be well aware. Anyway, here we are, Daily Tesla Report for Tuesday, June 27, 2023. I will back up a bit and show you that, about 5 weeks ago, we settled above a long-term descending channel top, 197.24, that set off a long-term buy signal, anticipating in the months ahead. I don't think I show it here, do I? Oh, yeah, here we are. In the months ahead, like possibly by the end of the year, 414.49, that all-time high from late 21. But on the way up, as you're well aware, I have this channel top pegged at 277.69, and it was and is a formation that can contain monthly buying pressures, possibly into later summer, as I've been saying, and we are now coming off of this level, 227.69. So I'd mentioned after testing this 277.69 channel top, this market may fall all the way back into the 197.24 region within a month or two of testing 277.69. That once we tested 277.69, you might reach for the 190 or 195 or 200 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least 3 months. You might go further out to preserve delta. There is a rising channel bottom now at 182.21. This area, 182.21 to 197.24, converging weekly, is considered in reach, I'm going to say, by the end of August. And so we are now beginning to fall back from this 277.69. And just where is the right chart to show you? Here it is. Just on what day was it? Monday. We closed just below this 244.48 rising speed line that is projected off that late April low. We also closed below these channel convergences, or not convergences, these parallel structures that behave pretty well for the most part in containing intermediate lows and highs. We, once we gapped above it basically a couple of weeks ago, that set up the target for the 276.86 channel top. We backed off. Essentially bottomed out there. I mean, we didn't test it to the tick, but we came off of it, and now we're below it. And we're also just below 244.48. We closed in the 241 handle. And so as we roll into Tuesday, into today, the day I'm talking about, 244.48 to 247.04, you look here to the right, is our resistance, and it can contain buying through the rest of the week, and below which selling pressures remain intact down to 222.80. As you might recall, I did in a recent video show you the 2 to 3 week time horizon, that having tested 276.86, you can now anticipate 222.80 as a 2 to 3 week objective. And yes, following the settlement on Monday, the settlement below 244.48, I forget exactly where the speed line was on Monday, but we settled just a hair below it. I don't mean to backstep at all on the legitimacy of the sell signal. I like it because this is a steeply rising speed line. And so an unchanged open on Tuesday, this area will be well above it at 244.48 to 247.04, able to contain buying through the rest of the week. And yes, by Friday's close, we may well test that 222.80 rising speed line. And that's meaningful midterm support. I do have it as a 4-star area, as you can see lower right here. It is considered a 3 to 5 day target now. It's been considered a 2 to 3 week target anyway, following the test earlier last week of the 276.86 channel top. So 222.80 If you bought, say, the 220, 222, 224 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least several weeks, and that was something I was mentioning about a week ago, you can take profits there, some profits, but just keep in mind that we are still anticipating the possibility of bearish continuation all the way back into this 197.24, really this 182.21 to 197.24 region. And so if we were to close, and I don't see it today, but over the next week or so, if we were to close below 222.80, the channel bottom that is at the 187 area would become our next 2 to 3 week objective, 182.21 rather, 2 to 3 week target if we close below 222.80 over the next week or two. So let's talk about the downside today. That is the path of least resistance from my point of view. And we've got this chart here. We've got that chart. Yeah, this is a good one to start with. On the way down, I don't know if I show it anywhere. Yes, I do here. 235.23, this gap from about 2 weeks ago. This can contain intraday selling pressures. We can close that gap and from here, from 235.23, rally back to 244.48 to 247.04. And so that is a day trade in itself, but just know that holding below 244.48 allows selling pressures to continue building. And if we break 235.23, we should, by the closing bell, possibly within the hour, test 229.39. I don't show 229.39 anywhere. It's right about here on the chart, but it is nothing more than a 3/8 downside Fibonacci. If you take it the April low against the more recent high from June, 229.39, a 3/8 downside Fibonacci. I'm only giving it session containment strength because I do think that we are likely over the next 3 to 5 days to test 222.80. So keep that in mind. 3 to 5 day swing trade is negative below 244.48, anticipating 222.80. And from there, profits can be taken and you can actually go long 3 to 5 day swing traders. Also, 2 to 3 week position traders may consider going long because it is off of that, longer term speed line at 222.80 where we could bottom out into July, into later July, and from there have at the upper 270s again within several weeks. That's why I give it really sort of a full couple of months before the possibility is testing 182.21 to 197.24. And last thing I'll say about the downside, as I said a moment ago, if we close below 222.80, and you bought those 275 out of the money calls, for instance, anticipating a bullish rotation within several weeks up into the zone, which is the valid approach. But if we close below 222.80, I would recommend covering those out of the money calls and reaching for 190 or 185 out of the money puts that don't expire for at least a month. I think it would just take a few weeks to reach it. This area down here, 182.21 to 197.24, able to contain selling into the fourth quarter, quite possibly the rest of the year. We can round back up from here, back to new highs, back to the channel top and beyond within several months of testing 182.21 to 197.24. I must emphasize, I don't consider this downside area a clear-cut objective. This is, by the way, I consider kind of a counter-trend weakness, counter-trend sell-off right now in the confines of a longer-term buy signal above 197.24. It doesn't mean the market won't fall back to 197.24. It's just that I think there's going to be plenty of bottom pickers on the way down, most notably at 222.80. So anyway, let's talk upside. The last thing I will go into, and that is upside for the day and into later week. It is this 247.04 level, really in combination with 244.48. You can see it right here. You can sell this area 3 to 5 day swing traders anticipating 222.80. But if we push or open today above 247.04, you should allow for 255.25 intraday, possibly 267.06, although I have trouble anticipating this upper level on an intraday basis. And finally, closing above 247.04 would stabilize the short-term outlook. The 3 to 5 day swing trade would stabilize, and I would expect then within 3 to 5 days of closing above 247.04, this 276.86 channel top once again, and that is part of a range on the weekly chart up to 277.69 that you can see right here that can absorb buying through July, and below which this lower area in the 180s, 190s is in reach by the end of August or sooner. I think I'm going to leave it at that for Tuesday's Tesla. You have a great evening. Please click like, subscribe, share, and check out wickedstocks.com.